Hey everyone, Spencer Higgins here, and I'm going to show you how to operate our automated seating charts. So the first thing you're going to do when you get to your venue, you need to look at your auditorium and see how many sections, rows, and seats that there are. So right now we're going to build a very basic auditorium. So let's say this auditorium has two sections, one on the left, one on the right, with an aisle down the middle. And then let's say there's 20 rows per section and 10 seats per row. Now, we're going to be a 5-day camp for this purpose. So we're going to say, make me 5 seating charts. Now, there's a row between groups option. This is if you have plenty of space in your auditorium and you want to separate different groups just to give them a little space. That's when we'll check that. Now, we're going to check it right now, but there might be an issue with this, but it's good for you to see the issue. So we're going to click Build Template, and that tells the spreadsheet what it needs to look like. Now we can come in and put our numbers of people in. So when churches get to your location, you're going to group churches together into groups. You want these groups to have a similar amount of numbers in them. So for this case, let's say we have 60 people per group. Now, they're probably going to be slightly off in the real world, but this is just for example purposes. Now, when I hit Place Groups, we're going to go to the Results tab, and you can see it populating into these different sections. And here's our group break right here. But here's where the issue comes. Group 4 did not fit in Chart 1 because we have too many people and too small of an auditorium. Now, this will not happen at camp, Lord willing, because your coordinators are super awesome and on top of things. So I'm going to change this right now to be 40 people per group. So you're going to want to uncheck that box, place groups, and now you should be all set to go. And as you can see, this is going to randomize things. Group 7 here is in the back for kickoff, and then on the next day, they'll be up here in the front on the other side. So it's really going to be super awesome. Now we need to get these downloaded so that you guys can put them up on the screens for churches to know where they need to sit. So you are going to highlight each day that you want to put up on the screen. So you'll highlight that, come up to File, Download, PDF, and instead of Current Sheet, you'll come to Selected Cells, and there you've got your kickoff. Now, you can come over, you can make it be customized. So if you want it to be a little bit bigger, you just want to make sure that you get everything in there. Like right now, everything's not in there. There you go. Everything's in there right there. Now 180 might be the magic number. Maybe it's not. You'll just have to play around with it and find out. But you'll hit export, and then you can drop that straight into ProPresenter. Now let's say you get to an auditorium and it is not an easy build. So we're going to have to manually do some things, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do that. Let's say you get somewhere and they have 3 sections, a left, a center, and a right section. Let's say our middle section has 20 rows, but our outside rows only have 10. We're going to put 20 in here because the largest amount of rows in a section in that auditorium is 20. Following me? Let's go to seats. We're going to do the same thing. Let's say the middle section has 20 rows and each of those rows have 20 seats, but our outside seats, let's say they fan a little bit. So it's going to be like the first row is 5, the second row is 7, third row is 9, and they keep getting bigger and bigger. We are going to put the maximum amount of seats that a row has, and that in this case is 20. Again, this is all hypothetical. I'm making this up as we go. So let's say we're a 3-day camp. So we are going to put in 3. Now, we're going to build the template. Now, here's where we're going to have to do some manual stuff. So the center row, like we said, has 20 seats and 20 rows. So that section's done. Where we're going to need to do some work on is on the outside rows. Like I said before, let's say it only has 10 rows. So we're going to only leave the first 10 rows in here. And same thing with this side. Get rid of them. Now, our seats, like I said, we're going to say that they fan. So 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and then we'll say the last 2 are both 20. Now, what if this other side is not a perfect exact mirror, but it's close? I'm just going to paste this in, and let's say the first row has some handicapped seating. So they've taken 2 seats away, And so I'm going to put 3 seats in there. Now your auditorium is built. Now let's say we have 40 people in each group. And now we hit place groups and come over to our results tab, and it'll start filling things in. But we have an issue right now, so there's an error. Group 1 did not fit in the chart. So this is going to be an update for 2025. And we're going to go back to build it, and you'll now see we have share sections. So this will allow churches to be seated in the same row, but they still are given a specific amount of chairs. So I will click this, and I'll hit place groups one more time and then check out what it does. Let's look at row E in this left section. Groups 3 and 7 are going to be sitting right here. You can see this first number says 13, which is how many seats are in the row. And then it shows 8 and 5. So group 3 will get 8 seats and group 7 will get 5 seats. Same situation right here. Group 6 and 8 in row E will be sharing the 13 seats. Group 6 will get 10 seats and group 8 will get 3 seats. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope it saves you a ton of time. Thanks for watching.